Welcome to Roadcast. My name is Josh, and this is the Sapphire Pulse 6700 XT. Look, I'm just a PC building enthusiast and part-time gamer, not a reviewer. And I'm glad that I'm not, because reviewing a graphics card in today's climate, that would be a tough task. Availability and pricing are two very important functions to reviewing any product. And with MSRP out the window right now, it's kind of meaningless to tell you whether this GPU is worth your money or not. So all I can really do is offer you my thoughts after using the Pulse 6700 XT for the past 3 weeks. My first thought is that I like the updated look the Pulse branding has received from Sapphire. Although I love their Nitro Plus products, each release of their Pulse branding never really quite did it for me. This 6700 XT Pulse is darker and moodier than the previous iterations, and I like the cleaner lines and the smoother surface on the shroud. If you have a black or red and black motherboard, this will fit right in. My second thought is also positive. It did make me wish for more power in the games that I play. I'm a 4K gamer and I use high quality IPS panels that limit me to 60 Hz. Now 60 Hz is really fine by me because, well, I don't really play a lot of high-end shooters anymore. Now, in order to stress it, I load up Hunt Showdown because that's what my brother plays, and at medium settings at 4K, the game played great, with only very minor slowdowns when things got spicy. MechWarrior Online, Battletech, and Warzone all ran excellently on high settings. I don't play these games very often though. I play various RTS games, Civilization, Blizzard games, indie games, and the 6700 XT Pulse doesn't even break a sweat. So I currently have a 3090 system in my office which I've been playing games on because the customer never paid and I'm stuck with it. So after I switched to this GPU, I still didn't really notice that much of a difference. Because after all, my monitors are 60 Hz, and my games are running at 60 FPS on this card. So the value for me really comes down to other things, like the software, the cooling, the power consumption, and the price. Well, price we can get right out of the way because the 3090 is currently going for more than its weight in gold. Power consumption, also easy to test. I put a Ryzen 5 5600X in my test system, and I was pulling between 380 and 405 watts from the wall total. In my personal favorite real-world power supply benchmark, which is Final Fantasy 15, I capped out at 405 watts during the Shiva summon, which is generally where things start to bog down. Radeon Software's recording functionality always seems to work very well for me, and the quality of the footage is amazing. You can set up how long of a clip you want to record, hit a macro on your keyboard after any fun gameplay that you've had, and it will capture the past X amount of seconds. Now noise testing. This is a hard one. I started off just putting a microphone near the GPU and playing some games, but I found the Wraith RGB cooler that's included with the 5600X to be obnoxiously loud. So I MacGyvered a water block to fit on my board with the radiator and pump going through my office wall to the garage so I could totally isolate the CPU cooling related noises. So although I went to great lengths to record audio samples for you so you could hear for yourself, I made the noob mistake of not using a balanced XLR cable, and all the audio was ruined. So all I can do is give you my opinion, which is that this 2-fan card is perfectly quiet. I mean, it sounds just like the other high-end 2-fan cards that you can buy right now. So yeah, it's a fairly quiet card. What's important is that it doesn't make noise in any other annoying areas. I couldn't hear any coil whine. The fans actually sound nice and smooth. There's no rattling, there's no humming, there's no clicking. So overall, I would say that they did a great job conquering the noise profile, especially stock with the 6700 XT Pulse. Good job, Sapphire. On the subject of fans, this Pulse does have removable, replaceable fans in case they ever burn out, which is something that Sapphire is very good about. Although it does not use Sapphire's quick PCB change system, you do have to unplug the wire from the board. But it's not too bad, and it's nice that they have this feature. Along with the 3060, I would consider this GPU a great performer for the everyday gamer. Price and availability not taken into account, of course. So should you spend your hard-earned money on a 6700 XT Pulse? I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is that Roadcast has them available, which is where I got mine. And in this current market, a GPU in the hand is worth at least a bunch in the bush.